Okay, so humans have one fear, just one. And it's what drives all of our dysfunction, our behaviors, our tension, our illnesses, everything drives from this one fear. And once we hear that, you can't unhear it. It underlies every single thing. How we protect that fear is where we start to really complicate things as humans. But we all have one fear, and that is the fear of being alone. We are all afraid of being alone. We have that core fear as a baby. For obvious reasons, we can't look after ourselves. But then as we grow up, our attachment is driven by the fear of being alone. And what have we got to do in order to connect? And our nervous systems are driven by how do we protect ourselves from being alone. So every fear that we have is in order to protect us against being alone. Humans are naturally pack animals. We feel the safest when we're in the center of a tribe, and we all have our role and our place, and that's it. So once we step outside of the tribe, that is where we are flooded with shame and fear. So it's our body's way of saying, this put that whatever you've done there, it put you on the outside, and now we have to get inside. So never ever do that again. And you can feel that it's like, oh no, I never ever want to do those things again. But what we are often working with in clinic is we've had a fear, we're fearful of being alone, we've got these behaviors that come out because of that, we have these patterns and tension, and we've held so tight onto that fear of being alone. And what happens as well is that when we grow up, and connection isn't safe, or we've been hurt by connection in the past, then yes, we feel alone at some point, but then we don't know how to reconnect. And that's where trauma stays, that's where tension stays in the body. So we'll all have moments where you step out, you feel alone, that feels really, really uncomfortable. You don't know how to find connection from that. And then we either stay in that or we overcompensate. And so with that overcompensation, you create behaviors, addictions, patterns, dysfunctional relationships. We change who we are, the integrity of ourselves, in order to not be alone. And so healing is a process of unlearning those patterns that we put in place, those protection mechanisms that we put in place in order not to be alone. And we have to become aware of why then we didn't go to connection instead of staying with feeling alone. So we naturally will go through life and we will come across things that feel uncomfortable, feel sad, feel lonely, feel just us. And we have 2 points of that part. We either connect with someone and we feel, okay, we're not alone, it's okay, and we let that go, or we try to connect and it doesn't work. And so then you create a pattern and a protection mechanism around that. And that protection mechanism will be driven by shame, it will be driven by fear, and it'll be driven by the fear of being alone. And so we alter who we are in order to stay connected. So either true connection is found, or we have to alter some part of ourselves in order to stay connected. And we will continue down that path until we find true connection, right? And that's why it feels like sometimes when you have that safety feeling around you again, it's like, oh, okay, now all of my stuff comes up, because it's like, oh, we don't need these protective mechanisms anymore. Or you go down this path so far of not being connected, not having that true integrity to ourselves, holding that protection, that it's now getting in the way of true connection. And so our bodies have kind of pushed it too far, and we don't want to do that anymore. Those patterns become, rather than protective, they become dysfunctional. So really that's why our clients are coming to us. They're coming to us because they've once felt alone, and they've created a protection mechanism around connecting, around hiding parts of themselves, or holding tension in points, or becoming someone other than themselves. And now that's not working for them. So they need your help. They need connection in order to start feeling safe again, in terms of learning that connection is safe, learning to trust that connection. And that is why in clinic we need to go slow. And you can't just have that fix and change different things all the time. We just need to allow that connection to start to feel safe for somebody. And this is why they'll come and go. And this is why we want long-term relationships with our clients. And this is why they have protective mechanisms that come up and say, okay, something you did, something you said, I don't quite trust that yet. And I don't know how to repair that yet because I have this fear now that you're going to reject me or that I'm going to be alone again. And so I'd rather just protect myself against that again. And so this is how humans interplay all of the time. And once you understand it, it makes things so much easier, right? You can just see humans so much more clearly when we know that our nervous systems, and ours as well, this is why we hold ourselves back in marketing and finding confidence in ourselves, because we don't want to be rejected. We don't want to feel alone. So, it's not just our clients, we are also doing it. We don't want to feel alone. And clinic can feel alone, except in the membership. That's why we have it there now. But, your patterns, your clients' patterns, your family's patterns, everything stems from, I don't want to be alone, or I've learned to hide different parts of myself in order not to be alone. So let me know what you think about that, what that brings up for you. I'd love to hear your thoughts as well.